What if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Imagine waking up one morning and everything is eerily still. The wind is gone, the oceans are silent, the Earth has stopped spinning. It sounds like science fiction, but what would actually happen if our planet suddenly stopped rotating? Let's dive into one of the most terrifying thought experiments in science. Why the Earth spins. Right now, Earth rotates at around 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. This spin gives us day and night, creates wind patterns, and stabilizes our planet's shape. It's been spinning ever since it formed 4.5 billion years ago, and it's gradually slowing down. But what if it suddenly stopped? The immediate impact. If Earth stopped spinning suddenly, not gradually, the results would be catastrophic. Everything not solidly anchored to bedrock would keep moving at 1,670 kilometers per hour due to inertia. That includes people, cars, buildings, oceans, and even the atmosphere. Entire cities would be flattened by winds faster than any hurricane ever recorded. The oceans would surge with massive tsunamis sweeping continents. It would be one of the most violent moments in Earth's history. Winds and oceans go wild. The atmosphere doesn't just stop when Earth does. It continues spinning, creating wind speeds matching the rotation velocity. That means supersonic winds near the equator, enough to tear buildings apart and strip the ground clean. Oceans would shift dramatically. The water that's currently pushed outward by centrifugal force at the equator would rush toward the poles. This would cause flooding in areas that are now dry and dry up areas near the equator. A new day-night cycle. Without rotation, a single day would last an entire year. That means 6 months of constant sunlight, followed by 6 months of freezing darkness. The temperature swings would be extreme. During the sunlit months, the side facing the sun would boil. The dark side would freeze, making much of the Earth uninhabitable. Life would have to adapt to new patterns, or perish. Earth's shape would change. Because of its spin, Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It's slightly wider at the equator. But without spinning, gravity would pull everything into a more spherical shape. Oceans would migrate to the poles, creating super oceans around the Arctic and Antarctic. The equator could become a giant ridge or even highland desert. Entire ecosystems would collapse, and new ones might form, but only after thousands of years. Magnetic field disruption. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the motion of molten metal in its spinning core. If the rotation stopped, that motion would slow or halt. Without the magnetic field, Earth would be vulnerable to deadly solar radiation. Auroras would disappear. And without that protective shield, life on the surface would face higher risks of cancer, genetic mutations, and other radiation-related issues. Say goodbye to GPS and time zones. Our entire system of timekeeping is based on Earth's rotation. No more 24-hour days. Time zones would become meaningless. GPS systems would fail. They depend on precise timing, linked to Earth's rotation. Everything from air traffic control to global shipping would collapse. What happens to life? Humanity would face a choice: migrate or adapt. Only certain narrow zones, called the twilight bands, between the scorched and frozen sides would be habitable. People might build underground cities, artificial ecosystems, or even floating habitats to survive. Plants and animals would struggle too. Photosynthesis depends on day-night cycles. Many species would go extinct. But life always finds a way. Could we survive technologically? With enough warning, maybe. We could create rotating habitats or shielded cities. Advanced technologies could simulate sunlight or regulate temperatures, but it would require global cooperation on a level we've never seen. This wouldn't be a simple disaster. It would be the beginning of a new Earth, hostile, unpredictable, and alien. Could this actually happen? In reality, Earth won't stop spinning suddenly. It's slowing down very gradually, about 1.7 milliseconds per century. Billions of years from now, the Earth might become tidally locked with the Moon or even the Sun. But a sudden stop? That would defy the laws of physics. Still, it's a powerful way to understand how interconnected everything is, from time and weather to oceans and life itself. So next time you feel the breeze or watch the sun set, remember, it's only possible because our world keeps turning. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to ThinkVerse, and tell us, what wild what if do you want us to explore next? Because the universe is full of mind-blowing mysteries, and we're just getting started.